welcome back. Another episode of Post-Fades and Cheesesteaks. We took another little mini break because Tim and I both had the plague, um, which is
Rough.
funny because we're on completely different areas in the world. But
I can't speak to your side of the pond, but like I feel like there's just been a disease overrunning every area of London. It like that Christmas sofa, but it's much worse this time around. I don't know.
y- yeah, I don't know. A lot of people I know have been sick, and then when I was like, you know, talking to people throughout the like last 2 weeks, they're like, "Oh, I just got over a cold," or like my sister's sick, or this and that. I was like, so I think it's like, yeah, like the bubonic plague is going around right now, and I mean, I'm still pretty nasally, so it's been over 2 weeks, but now it's
It's
mostly just
brutal.
like
It just won't go away. You know,
congestion.
it's tough to say if it's cold season. You know when it's cold season is like when you start seeing players pop up on the injury report for being sick, and
Yeah,
you'll see illness, and I don't know about you, but I never like look at it as like does this matter? Like you're still gonna play? Like I've been moments where then I think like there's some days where like I'll just rot on the couch and think I can't even keep myself alive. But
yeah.
I fully expect players to play in an NFL game
I
with
think
this.
I think that's an interesting point though, because I think it's different where like if you and I were sick, like that, like couldn't even move type of
Yeah.
sick. And we're like, work is not worth, like, it is not worth us to pain ourselves that bad to go to work for one day. But for like a player, like, especially NFL, like NBA, all these other sports is fine because you have so many games. But like the NFL, you have one game, you have 17 games. So
That's
every
true.
game is important. So
I guess you get the
especially,
whole week to
especially in
recover.
December. So like I can see them, obviously not practicing, trying to get as much fluid in them and nutrition and trying to get as well as they can. And then, game day, you just need to put in 4 hours of 3, 4 hours of sucking it up. And I'm sure players do it all the time, and then they
Yeah.
feel like shit afterwards. But
We hit that point of the year where you start seeing it. But like I also think like me and you probably weak immune systems. Like we're weak people. Like could you imagine being a germ in Miles Garrett's body? Like Miles
oh my
Garrett's
God,
immune system. Oh my, like
I wouldn't
I
know how
think
to act.
Osmosis Jones, but just like on a tank. He doesn't have a gun. He's got like a tank just
Miles
going through.
Garrett, his muscles have muscles.
Yeah, could you imagine trying to get Miles Garrett sick? Like be that one rogue germ that tries to bring him down?
Instead
Like,
of like he's going for the sack record, the germs are going for the
like there's
Miles
like no
Garrett.
room to hide. There's no fat cells. You're just stuck in the wide open.
They're
Like
like, what
they're
the
just
fuck?
immediately attacking.
That's
Picture
nuts.
like Philip Rivers, old man body just floating around Miles Garrett's body,
Oh
bloodstream, just getting attacked over and over again.
my God.
Yeah, so I think that's always part. They're probably like very healthy people. They probably have strong immune systems. So I think that
Yeah.
helps them
I
playing.
mean,
I think we would just die on the couch and be okay with it.
yeah. I mean, but they still get sick, but yeah, I think they also, like you said, they're fed so well at this, in this day and age. Like they have so many uh things at their disposal of like, healthy foods and nutrition packets and I mean, how many players do we see get hurt and then they come back on the field and they don't look like they're in any pain at all. I always remember the one, who was it, Rodgers? I think it was Aaron Rodgers. Like something happened to his leg and he went into the locker room and came back out and they gave him some good drugs because he was high as a kite. And the one post game interview, they were like, it's like, well, what happened? What was wrong with you? And he was like, my leg. That's all he said. And then they like moved on to a different question. But
Hey,
yeah,
if they could drug you up enough to not feel your ruptured Achilles or whatever
yeah,
was wrong with his leg, I'm sure they can fight off the flu.
yeah. But but yeah, so it's been a we're not doing our 5th year anniversary a good service here. We've missed quite a few episodes this year, but life happens. So we're doing what we can here. But we are here now, and it's crazy. The Eagles have won two straight. Um, they looked pretty good against the Raiders. They looked solid. I mean, yardage wise, they looked good against Commanders. Um, but I think it's so funny because like obviously as Eagles fans and just Philly sports fans in general, we're very highly critical of our teams, but even the national media is very like they're like, meh, look at who they beat. It's just the Raiders. It's not impressive. And then you look at the Texans just barely beat the Raiders. The
That was shocking.
Titans just beat the Chiefs. So like it's literally having any given Sunday. Like people and it was a divisional game against the Commanders. It's like just because they're the Eagles. And like I saw one the Cowboys beat up on the Raiders, but not as bad as Eagles. They only won by like two scores or something like that a couple like weeks ago. And they were like, "Oh, the Cowboys are back. Look at this dominating win over the Raiders." I'm like, "What?" So they get the narrative, and the Eagles are like still ass because we beat an ass team. It's like I don't know. It's just funny.
My point being on this, I'll ask you a question.
Okay.
Did this game change your opinion about the Eagles at all? Do you think of the Eagles in any different way after this game than you have all season? I
Yes.
still think, for me personally, that my opinion of the team probably hasn't changed at
Mm.
all. The offense still looks suspect. Defense is awesome. It may have gone down. This special teams is complete ass, and I think I'm very worried about that going forward. Add it to my worry list.
Well, to be fair, Jake Elliott was ass at this time last year too, and then flipped it for the playoffs. So, but I know what you're saying. For me, it's not that they look they do look a little better, but it's not necessarily that they're, winning and putting up points and point of yards. I'm looking at like how the running plays, execution seems better. Variety of play seems better. There's more Jalen's under center more often. We're getting Saquon is getting 20 plus touches a game now again. Bigsby's getting some action again. You're getting good variety between AJ and like AJ and Devontae both had a pretty fair share of targets last game.
Don't see much of that.
I thought Goddard's been really good all year. Um,
He
I
loves
think
him.
he, I think he got third. He's like third alternate for the Pro Bowl. I think he should have gotten like second alternate or first alternate, but that's neither here nor there. But I don't know. I think I'm definitely still not impressed by them because I know the talent on his team and what I've seen them do. But they're getting. It doesn't matter who they're playing. Like you're getting confidence. You're getting a rhythm going. And Jalen's talked about like finding and establishing their identity all season. And I think this is their identity of like you run the ball, uh, you get Jalen rolling out. Like he's been rushing a lot more too. You get Jalen on the move. That throw he had, that touchdown throw to Goddard was on the money. It was beautiful.
Yeah, no, it was.
Um, so I think more motion stuff, more movement for him, more rolling out of the pocket. Um, I'm still not liking all the negative runs that Saquon gets, but Lane's coming back. Dickerson and Jurgens have been playing hurt all year, so we're kind of getting what we're getting from them. Still not a huge fan of Steen, but I give him major props for taking on the entire Washington Commander team in that fight.
The best highlight of his entire season has been fighting the Commanders.
That was the. I actually let me ask you a question now. Do you think that that was a like petty, unsportsmanlike thing to do to go for a 2 point conversion and then like when like the game is almost over, so to speak?
I think, yeah, I do think I didn't understand why they were going for two at all.
Mm.
I mean, I guess you could look at it one of two ways. I thought you got to put Elliott out there to make an extra point just so the guy could see something go through. The guy was having a rough day. Like, just go see something go through. But then I guess on the flip side, I also thought, well, maybe he's just having such a rough day. You don't want to put him out there and make it worse. Or Nick Sirianni just doesn't have trust in him. I did think that it was kind of unnecessary. I mean, you were up by what was it? It was 29 to
They were up 17,
yeah, they would have gone they would have been on what, like two touchdowns? No, three touchdowns
three
in 31
possessions. Yeah,
to 10. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that was pretty petty and pretty I didn't understand it at all.
I think. Well, I was like, I was like, the why are we going for two? I was in that boat. But I do understand what he's like. We've seen so many teams come back this year. Like, look at the Denver New York game. That game was insane. No one would have predicted Denver to come back in that game. We blew a
Yeah.
21 point lead to the Cowboys. So I don't fault him
I mean,
for
not with 4.5 minutes left in the game.
yeah, but it was if we kicked the field goal, it would have been 18. So Sirianni's theory was we'll go up by 19. That way it's a four possession, which again, I think they would have been fine with just kicking
Three
the field
possession or a
goal.
four possession game. I think like
But
that's more of justification for doing it. He probably did it just to be like a dick. Do I think that he was thinking between a 19 and 18 point lead? Absolutely not.
maybe it's just come from like, bias for being a fan. But I'm like, if you're so upset about it, like do so, like stop them. Like you're getting bullied on defense. Make a play. If you don't want them to score, make a play. Like this is professionals. We're not. This isn't pee wee football. We're not. There's no pity rule. There's no. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Your team's so injured and your coach doesn't know what he's doing. Like let me pity you with a field. Fuck off. Like just stop them. This is a grown ass sport. You're paid millions of dollars to make plays. Who fucking cares? Like
I mean, yeah, I think that they showed you who cared when they got in a huge fight about it. The logic though is past me because it put them up I think 19 because then they scored the touchdown. Like it's still a 3 score game anyway. Two
sure.
touchdowns with 2 point conversions and then you have to kick field goal 18 or 19. Like it didn't make any difference. I don't
Yeah. I think, but I think them fighting over it is way more petty than Sirianni going for extra points. I think this is.
I think you'd be a fool to not have expected a fight or something break out. In a divisional game, trying to run up the score on a 2 point conversion of all things, it seemed like it was just bound to happen. I don't think you needed to come up with some locker room material for them. I mean, granted, the game at the end of the season probably won't matter like at all the way it looks now. But no, I thought more of like, dude, I think Jake Elliott just needs to see something through. The guy's gonna leave this game without I think he missed everything. Did he even
Now, I mean, some of the kickers, some of the best kickers that we've seen in this league have played for over 10 years. The Vinatieri's of the world, the Gostkowskis of the world, even what was his name? The Raven, Justin Tucker before he was a pedophile or whatever the hell happened with him. Um, Jake's been in the league for what, 11, 12 years? Because he was on the first Super Bowl team.
yeah.
So, for as great as he was, like throughout the beginning of the year, it's weird for him to like struggle now. But all I remember is that he was struggling last year around this time, and then went out in LA or when the Rams came to town in the playoffs and
Yeah.
was kicking field goals in the snow. So I'm
He's
not
not that
worried about him unless he starts missing the playoffs. Then
to
I'm
be fair, the
worried.
guy's great. Like he knows when to suck and when he does when to not suck.
That's true.
He did do that. Like he never actually cost us any games. You said the whole season.
Mm,
I don't remember him ever actually. I remember that like being my take. Like
not
I'm
like
worried, but he doesn't actually lose us games.
he wasn't. He's never been like the Eagles have a chance to win the game and Jake misses a field goal type of thing. But like like if he had made that extra, what was it? He missed like an extra point against the Cowboys, I think, or something, or a field goal against the Cowboys. I think he missed a field goal. Like if he had made that, we may not have never lost because the Cowboys only beat us by a field goal.
I
So
mean, yeah, that we if we didn't blow a 21 point lead, we probably would have
correct.
lost
Yeah, I'm
either.
just
But
making an
I
example.
mean, this
But
is like I'm thinking Jake ever costing us a win. Like there's been no like, how many God, man. Sometimes I look at around the league and I'm like, I'm so grateful to have Jake Elliott. See some of these teams that lose because their kicker misses it at the very end or misses a easy field goal early in the second half that comes back to bite them or an extra point. Those are the ones that drive me nuts when they miss the extra point. Jake has always teetered the line recently of I'm gonna miss some, but it's never gonna be in a big moment or in a game that's tight enough that it matters. Like,
mm,
I mean, this game I did not feel good about. I it's hard to me to feel good when you went into halftime losing, and I didn't start feeling confident until Marcus Mariota was injured.
yeah, that's
Marcus
not.
Mariota, we went into the half losing. Marcus Mariota was winning. And
Mm.
everything changed once Josh Johnson came in there. You know, this is if you tell me there's probably more negatives to take from this game more than anything.
I mean,
The spreading of the ball is nice and everything, but the concerns with Jake and the fact that this team did not I wasn't confident in this game until Josh Johnson came in leaves me very concerned.
yeah, I think them being, well, I also think, fumbling on the first kickoff of the game didn't do us any justice.
That couldn't have been a worse start. The special teams really just let us down completely this game.
Yeah, but I mean, Mariota was 7 to 14 for only 95 yards until he got hurt. So it's not like he was doing anything crazy. He had a 72 passer rating.
I mean, Josh Johnson walked in and threw an interception. Like
Yeah. Oh my God, that was like in slow
bad
motion.
interception.
I could have picked that off.
That's what I mean. Like Marcus Mariota wasn't lighting you up, but he didn't have to. He was still winning. He didn't have to go out there and torch you, but he wasn't doing stuff like Josh Johnson giving you the ball. It's do I still think we win if Mariota stays? Yeah. Because I think ultimately we are the better team, but man, did not look good. Did not look good until I did not feel 100% confident until he left.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think they put it together in the second half and looked much better. I mean, I thought Jalen was efficient, 22 of 30, 185, 111 pass rating. Saquon, 132 rushing yards, 6.3 average. Jalen had 40 rushing yards on 7 carries. Bigsby came in,
That's
had
what he wants.
that big run.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, there was definitely positives to take from the offense. I think they made some steps in the right direction with running Hurts a little bit more, spreading the ball out. But I still saw some of our usual warts. The running game, those numbers look good, but it never like truly felt like it was, dominating. Um, Again, I would have liked to seen kind of separation earlier. I didn't like that the first half was pretty like, they were beating us. But I mean, like I said, is the biggest question is do they really have they changed opinion about this team in this game? And I don't think they have. If anything, they just make me more worried about the special teams.
yeah, I'm not. I this game this week against the Bills, I think is a good matchup because they have a really, really good running game. Our run defense has struggled this year. Um, and obviously Josh Allen is, former MVP. Um, but then on the flip side, like their defense is not too great either.
Neither
Um,
was Washington's. Washington had like the worst defense.
yeah.
Granted, they did put up some points, but it took them a while to get going. That's the
I think that kickoff really messed them up,
well,
but
yeah, you can't fumble the kickoff and start the game.
ruined your whole momentum. But um, I expected it to be a close game with the Bills, and I think I'm more like a win or a loss doesn't really do anything for this team because we're pretty much stuck in the third seed. Um, but I just want to see how they play in the first half and then how they adjust in the second half. And is the play calling that they've changed the last two games against really bad teams, is it effective against a good Super Bowl contender like the Bills? Because that'll tell us a lot. Um, but I mean, we have the Bills number. I don't remember the last time they beat us, but
Yeah, the Bills do not look. The Bills are a weird team, man.
there's
Like
no team in this league that I'm scared of. I don't think.
I don't know, man. That game on Thursday, I was scared of both those teams.
I think, yeah, but I think the Rams are the best team in the league right now. But I think Seattle you can get after. I think I think the Patriots are beatable.
I think the Patriots are beatable.
I think Denver is also eh. The Jags are. I mean, they still have Trevor Lawrence. He's get bound to give you a four turnover game.
AFC, I don't know what's going on in the
But
AFC. Like,
tomfoolery. Nobody knows what's going on.
they seem like the thing with the AFC is they have a whole bunch of teams that look and seem like they're good, but you don't really buy in. The team that everyone I think is the most confident in is the team that is at most risk of not making the playoffs. Like the Pats, the Broncos, the Jags, they're pretty much all locked in. The Bills are the one that are on the outside trying to get in.
There's I mean the playoffs are almost set too already, which is kind of crazy. Um, the only things available still are you got Tampa and Carolina fighting for that division.
It comes down to next week.
Yeah, and then I mean, the Lions look like they're not even going to make the wild card because the Packers are probably going to hold on, which is crazy. Because the Niners are in, the Rams are in, Eagles, Bears, Seahawks all clinched playoff spots. So, and then
Niners are,
AFC, Broncos are the one seed, strange. Patriots are the two seed, strange. Jags are the no one could have predicted this seeding. Jags are the three seed, Steelers are the four, Bills at five, Chargers at six, Texans at seven. Like Chargers, Texans, I could see in the wild card, but like,
I think those three wildcard teams are the only ones that were in well, the Chargers weren't. They were in the playoffs. I don't think any of those division winners were in the playoffs last year.
I don't
Broncos
remember.
weren't, Pats weren't, Steelers weren't. The who was the other one? Oh, the Jags.
Jags.
They weren't.
Ravens have a 7% chance to make playoffs. Colts have a 2% chance.
Colts.
You called the Colts as frauds. Man, what a I would have hate that. That's very similar to like our 2023 season, but we still made playoffs.
I don't know.
Might be worse,
That
honestly.
one hurt. Well, that one hurts because let's be honest. They like the hope went out the window when Daniel Jones ruptured his Achilles and Philip Rivers was being brought off the couch. I mean, did I think it was going the right way for Daniel Jones? No. Did I think the Colts were legit? No. But you would have liked to see it play out first.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing that's tricky about the Eagles. The NFC is superiorly like better than the AFC.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like you've beaten like the Rams look awesome. They've beaten the Rams. I still think they would lose to them. Seattle, man, I don't. They looked. I was shocked to see them win that Rams game. I thought the Darnold slander was going to be high, but credit to him, he pulled it out. And that defense is awesome.
Hmm.
Niners are like they're the team that gets no respect at all. I don't know if I'm going to be the one to give it to them, but they're like they could get the one seed. Packers,
Which
I
is
don't like.
crazy because of all the injuries they've had.
Packers lose Parsons, and now Love was out. Like, I don't want to rain on Chicago's parade, but if Jordan Love doesn't leave that game, I don't see how the Bears would have won.
Yeah, I don't I think the Bears are scrappy, fun team. But I don't like the only team I really see doing anything is the Rams. I think the Seahawks, I think they're building towards something really good, but they just strike me as like a one and done playoff team this year. Same with the Bears.
I don't know.
Um,
I think
Niners are still super injured. Not having Bobby Wagner and Bosa is going to be huge in the playoffs.
Fred Warner.
Or excuse me,
Uh,
Fred Warner.
I don't. You know what? I still kind of believe in the Packers. Micah Sarah, if you have Jordan Love playing, the
No,
defense is actually really good. They don't
no,
have Micah Parsons, but they're still very good.
I don't.
I could buy into the Packers.
If not the
Rams and
Eagles,
Juggernauts.
if not the Eagles, let's go Panthers. Like, why the fuck not?
That's true. We love Panthers.
But
The
on
only
the
thing, like,
AFC, like,
this is the thing about the NFC and AFC. The Seahawks, the Rams, I would even throw the Packers in there. Uh, Maybe us. I don't know. Depends on the day. I would think all four of those teams would be the best team in the AFC.
oh yeah, I
If you
and I
moved up,
think I think I don't think Bo Nix has what it takes to win playoff games.
he's won a couple big games.
I'd I'd love to see the Jags go far, but we'll see. Steelers are the Steelers. They're not doing anything. I can see the Chargers making noise this year for once, but man, if not this year, the Bills are never
No, this is their year.
like this has to be their year.
This is
Even
the
out of a wild card, that might be better for them instead of having like a top seed. That way they don't get any rest. They just go straight into it, try and get some momentum built. Like
I
the
think, but
Ravens
look
might
at
not
the
be in
playoffs.
it.
Look at the playoffs, though. It's all teams that have the Jags aren't used to winning. The Patriots haven't been there in years. Broncos been in a cesspool since the Russell Westbrook or Wilson trade.
Russell Westbrook.
Texans have been like the going into the playoffs. The Bills will have more experience in the last like 5 seasons than all of the teams in the playoffs outside of them will combined.
Yeah, it's crazy. But let's get quickly into recap of Week 16 games because there are some games that weren't so important, and then there were some that were. Um, the Thursday game was phenomenal. Rams at the Seahawks in overtime. Um, I, I mean, Rams.
After those,
It's crazy how
in
many games the Rams have blown this year, to be honest. But
yeah, yeah, that's one way of looking at it, I guess.
well,
But
not as bad as the Ravens. I saw a post today. Ravens have blown like half their games,
yeah,
but um, not
I
not
love this.
necessarily blown, but like they've had leads and let them like other teams get back in it. Um,
You know what was nice to see when they had the punt return touchdown, and like that instantly flipped everything because it was
oh
what was it, the interception I think he had right before it that
yeah,
just
they were
kept.
driving and he threw a pick literally in the end zone. I was
Yeah, and they were moving the ball really
like that's
nicely. Like
game.
this is you're like thinking like, oh, this is perfect. They score here. All right, we got a game. And they throw this pick, like, all right, see ya. And then
Yeah,
you get the punt return score, which just replaced the touchdown. But it was nice to see the special teams just like be impactful. Like we could never. We can't we can barely hold on to the ball. The biggest highlights we've had on special teams this year is Will Shipley's fumble and then what's his face? Gibson's fumble
yeah.
against I forget it was one of those games we lost. I forget which one it was. Like to see an impact play being made, an onside kick that the
Mm.
Bears made, like we would never do that. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know, but phenomenal game.
Yeah,
I
Darnold keeps off the haters for a little bit longer.
Puka had what 200 receiving yards. He's had like 150 plus yards in the last three games each. It's been nuts. For fantasy people out there, he scored. Well, I played against him. He's had like 42 points. I somehow pulled off a victory. I don't know. I
Oh,
got
he left.
lucky.
I lost all of my math. Fun.
Yeah. Well, I think you in our ESPN league. Were you the two seed?
Yes.
Because the one and the two seed both lost. Isn't that
Yes,
crazy?
I recall.
That's fucking nuts.
Guy play. I've never seen someone just so perfect. The top three highest scoring players just went off on me. It's like this
Do
sucks.
you notice that my team that had one win is now scoring like 130 points a game in the losers bracket? I'm
Oh.
like, what the fuck was this all year?
Honestly, the fantasy buy is a joke. It never works out well.
No, it's
It
pointless.
seems like just obvious and simple. Like why wouldn't you want it? It never works out.
But
Regardless.
yeah, so a team that I so that team that I beat Puka with as a Yahoo League. Um I that was my worst team, I thought. Drafted them at like kind of in the middle of a date. Because
I'm guessing you didn't get a second date.
no, I did actually. But it was like the date was over and then like we were still hanging out. We were like
The
I think
date's
we
not
were
over if you're hanging out.
well, we were like sitting outside having ice cream, like chatting.
The fact that it goes outside doesn't mean it's over.
Well, we were chatting. I lost track of time. I'm like, oh shit, I have a because it was like an impromptu. She was like, hit me up that day, and then so I'm like, I mean, we can still sit here, but I gotta do my fantasy draft on my phone. She's
Oh
like, oh yeah,
boy.
go ahead.
This is such, oh, this is all
She helped me
terrible.
pick a couple too, and I was like, damn.
The only reason she let you have a second date was because she was curious to see how the team was shaking out because she didn't trust you.
I thought the team was
It,
doomed.
the date was over. The date is not over as long as you're still there. Setting
Yeah.
change, timing change does not. Mr. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 6:06. We have to leave. We've now left the vicinity of where our date was. It is now over. Thank you.
Mind you, the draft was at 9 p.m., so I thought I had plenty of time, and lo and behold,
I think that was a foolish move on your part.
yeah,
That's
well,
like you just rooting against yourself, really.
yeah, but
Oh, that's well, who lasted longer, the date or your playoff chances?
my playoff chances
There you
because
go.
I'm in the championship now.
You go. Pick one or the other, I guess.
So yeah. Anyways, I don't know how we. Yeah. So anyone still in fantasy? Good luck this week. This is the last week. So, um, but moving on after Thursday, we had two Saturday games. Eagles obviously took care of the Commanders 29-18, and then the Bears beat the Packers 22-16 in overtime. Um, Granted, Roger or not Rogers, Jordan Love got hurt. I think Malik Willis has been a good backup for them though. But Bears didn't look great all game, and then finally,
Yeah.
I'll give Caleb credit. Like
That
he's
throw,
like
incredible.
he has those moments of like, not to use Pat Mahomes as an example, but like only a few people make those kind of throws type of, plays. Um, but I mean, he threw a couple dots that were really impressive. So
He looked good. I still think, this was a good win for the Bears. They got to knock down their rival, but Jordan Love's still in that game. There's heartbreak in Chicago. I still think the Packers look much better. This is my man. I don't. The Packers, I think, are getting slept on after the Parsons injury. Like
I
their
don't.
defense is very
mm,
good. I think they can hold it over, like withstand it. They're not going to be spectacular, but the offense can win them games. Defense just has to be serviceable.
yeah, I mean, well, I still don't think like they're gonna be a threat to anyone in the NFC, but
I take them. I would not want to play them. Then the Seahawks and the Rams are the three teams that I wouldn't feel confident playing against in the playoffs. I think we could beat all the other ones.
I don't know. I feel like like LaFleur and what's his name? Shanahan, for as great of coaches they are in the regular season, they always seem to fold in the playoffs. So I'm not too worried. Um, then we had the Chargers beat up on the Cowboys after the Cowboys were eliminated by the Eagles, clinching the NFC East on Saturday, which we didn't mention. First back-to-back NFC East champs since the Eagles did it back in what, like 2004, 2005. So it's been a while.
Had four Super Bowl winners in that same period from the division, but not a single back-to-back division winner. Crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that just shows competition. I think that's a good thing. Um, and then we had the Vikings in an ugly game beat the Giants 16-13. And then the Bengals beat up on the Dolphins 45-21. Another pointless game. Uh, Saints all of a sudden are see, like if I'm like a Saints fan, do I get excited that they're winning games, or like why didn't we just keep losing and get like a top three draft pick? Now we're probably picking
No,
like
no, you have to buy in because they might have a quarterback. Shuck is nice.
he doesn't look too bad. So
I mean,
I think they have
listen,
the guy for next year at least.
yeah, that's what I mean. There's no harm in winning games. I think when you have a quarterback like a late round guy like Tyler Shuck is, who came in and what he came like 4 weeks ago. I think
Mm,
winning a couple of games, having confidence is better than losing four spots in the draft easily.
I guess. But they beat the Jets 29-6. Did you know, fun fact, the
Hmm,
Jets don't have a single interception this year on defense?
I did not.
How's that even
Did,
possible?
did Sauce Gardner not have any? Does he not? Do they not get his stats after he's traded?
I guess not. No.
Good little thing to look into, because
Especially
it's
if
not.
you're like a defensive minded head coach too. Like that's kind of crazy. But
Yeah,
the Jets will
just
jet. But yeah, Saints beat them 29-6. Another ugly game. Chiefs lost to the Titans 26-9. I mean, they lost Mahomes last week with an ACL. And then they lost Gardner Minshew, I think also tore his ACL this game.
yeah, it's
So
pretty brutal.
pretty brutal stuff. Um, Bills struggled a little bit against the Browns, but they won 23-20. Um, Judkins, the Browns rookie running back who has looked really good. I have him on my dynasty team. He broke his fibula or something, or his ankle.
Yeah,
It
something you
was
shouldn't be
bad.
breaking.
Yeah. So he'll be out now for like 6 months of rehab.
Yeah, it's
Um,
all right. Their season's been over 6 months ago. Miles
yeah,
Garrett tied the record though.
he tied it. Yes.
I really hope that part of me finds like half sacks are just so anticlimactic. They should just like kind of get rid of them. Because it
Yeah.
was like 10 minutes later, he was on the sideline, and then some dude just randomly changed it to a half sack. You're like, oh, okay, cool. You just tied the NFL sacks record. You're like, whatever.
I think it only makes sense if it's like when the quarterback is tackled, like there's two of you on top of him or something like that. Like it just,
They should do it by like VAR in soccer when they have like go off the field. They should have it like VAR where the last person to touch him gets the sack.
Or that, yeah.
Everyone should have sensors on.
Eventually, I'm sure they will.
Does he break the record then? Does he break the record this
Two
week?
games. Who do they play this week?
No, he has to. It's one game.
Steelers. He's definitely sacking old man Rodgers. That's so
He's
fitting for him to sack Rodgers to get the record.
to be fair,
Rodgers
Strahan got
Rodgers
Brett
might
Favre.
let him, to be honest.
Brett Favre let Strahan.
Yeah. Oh, that would be how poetic would that be?
That would be life comes full circle. If Brett Favre, if Aaron, that would be the only thing that Aaron Rodgers hasn't done that Brett Favre has. He's never been the sack quarterback for the record. He's done everything else.
Mm, that would
That
be
or
interesting.
yeah, I, that's what we want to see. I think he does it. He has to do it next week or no respect. He can't do it in 17 games.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I definitely still respect, but I think yeah, it should be done in 17. Um, Panthers beat the Bucks 23-20. Now, does this tell you more about the Panthers or more about the Bucks?
The Bucks. The Bucks stink. The Bucks are
They
so
they
bad.
were what? They were like 5-1.
I
MVP
don't understand how
Baker
this
and then just derailed.
because you know what? There was a couple things like one, they don't have a pass rush at all. I actually forgot Hassan Reddick was on the team. And then two, like Emeka Ibuka was crushing the league.
Hmm.
And then it was like, oh, imagine what's going to happen when Mike Evans and Chris Godwin get there, how this offense is going to blow up. And now Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Emeka Ibuka, and Bucky Irvin are all back, and the offense looks much worse.
Yeah, they're all fighting for targets.
It's ridiculous how bad this team is.
Yeah, I don't. I think I'm really hoping the Panthers take care of business because they have shown much more growth this year than the Bucks have regressed. I think the
Oh,
Panthers
without doubt.
deserve to be in the playoffs and give it a shot because the Bucks just don't look like they look like a dead fish. Just
No one likes the Bucks.
um, Falcons beat the Cardinals 26-19 in a meaningless game.
John
The
Gannon, is he getting fired?
I think so. I think it's just
Yeah,
like you know, Kyler Murray's gone, Gannon's gone, like a fresh start, new coach, new quarterback type of thing. I mean, Brissett hasn't been bad, but he's just never been like the
not done
guy they.
anything.
Yeah, he's like a Geno Smith, like puts up good
Yeah,
numbers, but
in losing effort by a lot.
yeah. Um, Mentioned earlier, the Texans beat the Raiders 23-21. Raiders almost came back and won this game, but they Texans held them off. Jags beat the Broncos 34-20.
It's a weird game between two weird teams. You're just these are two teams you've kind of waited all season for them to just turn into pumpkins and just not be a good team anymore. And then you got them in the two fake offs. The Jaguars pull it off.
Yeah, and it
Do
was
we
weird.
feel we learn more about the Broncos or the Jags in this game?
I think, like, even looking at the numbers, like, the Broncos had a lot more yards than well, pretty much 100 more yards, almost the same amount of first downs, um, almost the same amount of plays run. But where I see the difference is, eight,
Points.
7 or 8 minutes time of possession more, way better on third down for the Jags. And yeah, they were converting to touchdowns. So um, I don't know what secret sauce they're putting down there in Duval to make Trevor Lawrence play like the guy we thought he was going to play like when he got drafted, but he's he's
Keep it
been
coming,
playing
man.
well. I mean, if you get Parker Washington for 145 yards, quarterback's doing something right.
Good day in office.
So I'm rooting for the Jags. They've had so many years like this where they're like they look really good and then they just like drop to the bottom of the basement. Then they look really good and then they drop to the bottom of the basement. And the way that this NFL season has gone, it's been so odd and strange and chaotic that it feels like that year the Eagles went to the Super Bowl with Nick Foles and we had Eagles versus Vikings and Case Keenum and Nick Foles versus you had the Patriots
That's
versus
true. Yeah.
the Blake Bortles and the Jags in the AFC Championship game. Like it feels like that kind of year where kind of anything goes.
Yeah, that's not a bad point. I mean, the Texans and Broncos are this year's like Jaguars.
Yeah,
From that
led
year,
by
like
defense,
defense are awesome. Quarterback's okay.
running game.
Yeah, he just can't. get in the defense's way, but the defense is just insane.
But
It'll be interesting to see. I do see the similarities you're bringing up. I could definitely get behind that.
strange game we had for the 4 o'clocks. Steelers beat the Lions 29-24 on a like the last like 3 minutes felt like a basketball game because they felt like they were it was an hour long.
Oh yeah.
You had the Lions like score like 4 times and then they have penalties called them back. And then the final play of the game was like uh, he caught it, then it was like gonna get tackled short. He pitched it to Jared Goff. Jared Goff somehow gets in the end zone, and then the refs like talked privately for like 4 minutes, and then just came out and we're like, yeah, it was a touchdown, but uh pass interference on the offense. I'm like, why would you lead? Why, you're in the home stadium and you lead with as a touchdown. However,
Well, you
like
guys can all screw yourself.
imagine if that was in Philly, that ref might not have walked out alive.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that was
That was a wild finish. I don't know what to really even make of like the whole chaos that kicked off.
no idea. Uh, I don't know what to make of is this like the Lions injuries finally catching up to them and they're just this isn't their year, or is it like the Steelers are just
No, the
continuing to
Steelers still
be
stink.
they just
I'm still very confident the Steelers stink. The
your
Lions,
your buddy Mike Tomlin though got got his over 500 season again. So
yeah. Listen, if it was me, I would move on from Mike Tomlin. Like, are you going to hold yourself to this? Oh, he got over 500, so we have to keep him. Like, that's what I think. Like, the over 500 is like his like get out of jail free card.
mm,
Like, you can't fire a coach that's never been below 500. But yeah, sure, you might be above 500, but there's been some years you haven't even made the playoffs when you've been above 500. You haven't won a playoff game, and God only knows when. If you win they're going to win the division. But if they win the division, I don't think they're going to win a single playoff game.
yeah,
Like
wild card
we're
exit.
over 500, but who cares? That just means we're too good to blow it all up, and we're not good enough to actually compete for anything.
He's in the he's in the Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh seat where the only way he leaves is if it's his decision. So,
No, no. Andy Reid is on sitting on a throne on top of them.
well,
He could do whatever he wants. He could punch the owner in the face and they'd be okay with it. Harbaugh, I could see, but Harbaugh's had more like success recently. Like the Ravens were Super Bowl contenders the last 3 years.
they only
At
have
no
one.
point in the last
They
three or
only have
four
one
years have
Super
you
Bowl
ever
though.
thought the Steelers were Super Bowl contenders.
Sure, but the end goal has still been the same. Like end result has still been the same. I think Braves have been to what, one Super Bowl under Harbaugh? Two, maybe? No,
The
one.
Steelers have been to one with Tomlin. It was his first year.
No, they've been to two.
The Steelers?
But they beat the Cardinals. Didn't they lose to somebody?
You know what? You're right. They lost to the Packers.
See?
Yeah, that's how long ago it was. I didn't even remember.
Yeah. Was it the Aaron Rodgers Packers? Isn't that funny?
Yes. Again, that's how long ago it was.
Well, but that game like, pretty much cemented the Steelers getting the North. Ravens probably going to miss the playoffs after they blew a game against the Patriots that looked like they were going to win. And then they decided, you know what? Derrick Henry, it's the fourth quarter. We are not going to give you the ball. Don't understand that.
I mean, he did have a bad fumble.
I mean, Lamar was out. So, but still,
Uh,
like, you can't, you got to finish.
it's the Ravens are a curious case. I know they had injuries, but they're another team. They were hurt a lot, but they had guys coming back. You're like, all right, we just got to get healthy. Just got to get healthy. They got healthy. They came out like crushing it. They had a very
Hmm.
winnable division. Everyone was ready to ride them into the playoffs. And then since that, I forget what game it was. They won like five in a row. They lost that game, and it's not looked good since. They just fell off the tracks.
Yeah, it's uh it's a weird year for that. I mean, Lamar is in and out of the lineup with injuries. Um, the defense has been strangely horrible. So, but And then the last game we had Monday night, 49ers beat the Colts 48-27. Pretty much puts a coffin or nail in the coffin of the Colts playoff hopes. Um, but hey, I mean, give Philip Rivers credit. He both those games he played pretty well for being a 44-year-old beer gut man who was coaching a high school football team all year.
Yeah, it is true. It is kind of crazy because I think he would have been up for Hall of Fame eligibility next year.
Now he's
It's
gonna
kind
wait
of
another
wild to
five
think like
years.
he's going to now be up for it 5 years from now. Could you
Yeah,
imagine like 10 year or another 5 years from now and like Philip Rivers is up for Hall of Fame? Like, wow, like you'll forget completely about this run. Like, when's the last time he played? Like 10
yeah,
years ago?
that's strange, but I don't know. 49ers are, I mean, now that you got Jawan Jennings is playing well now and CMC is healthy and Kittle's contributing, so offensively they're kind of dangerous, but I still think defensively they can be beat. Um, so
Jawan
we'll
Jennings
we'll see.
with one of the meanest moves I've ever seen. Like, I hope he
Oh,
gets called and stuff.
the fake out of the
Wow, that
ball
was
to the fan.
brutal.
Yeah, I think he said she wasn't wearing any NFL gear, so he was like, she doesn't deserve it.
NFL gear. She was in a Colts jersey.
Oh, was she?
Yeah. It's like very obvious that she was a Colts fan.
Oh, maybe that wasn't a 49ers gear.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she wasn't wearing any NFL gear, so wasn't going to give her any today.
Well,
Yeah, that's. I hope he gets Cole in a stocking. Stocking. That
mm,
was brutal.
yeah. Anyways, that is a week wrap of week 16. Let's break open our studs and duds. We got Christmas in 2 days. So should we lead off with the duds, the coal, and then finish with
Oh,
the
you want to start with the
presents?
Duds? Fair enough. I see where you're at. No
Mm.
more jolly Mr. Nice Guy here. This one, I'm gonna just start this off. This is the low hanging fruit. I feel bad doing it, but he actually hasn't made the dud list yet. This is his first appearance. I think this is his second or third, maybe the third game, which I think says something. But we went with the low hanging fruit here. Found our weekly jet. We got Brady Cook. Just because, man, it's been ugly for him. Poor guy. I know. I'm kicking him while he's down, but yeesh. He's now played 3 games. He's lost all of them. Scored 36 points, but he's got 6 interceptions over that span to 1 touchdown. Not great.
It's not
So
good.
yeah, Mr. Brady Cook coming in with 22 of 35, 188, and an interception,
Mm.
keeping it consistent. Just a rough go for the young guy. What did you expect though? But like I said, low hanging fruit.
To be a Jets fan.
Yeah, it'd be awful. All right, now that we got the low hanging fruit out of the way, let's move on to 2 all-pro players,
Ooh,
2 of the best in their position.
ooh,
Arguably, you could go either or is the best position because they play the same exact position.
ooh.
I'm gonna go with starting off with this one in particular, mostly because he's been awesome all year, and then this was his lone hiccup. So we're going back to the Lions game, who've been disappointment all year, but Mr. Jamar Gibbs,
Mm.
just the Steelers figured out something because man, he had 7 carries for 2 yards.
So bad.
How do you do that?
Going backwards.
I mean, he did get used at 66 in the air with a touchdown, which is all fine and good, but I don't know, like no one was stopping him. I mean, the Lions only ran the ball 12 times, which may have been a
For
whole
what?
another
Was
problem.
it like 15 yards or something total?
It was, yeah. There was -1 for Jared Goff. So yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, that's our second dud. Our first dud, unfortunately, is coming from another team that is was definitely a little disappointing this week and starting to look like a disappointing season. Really cooled off. I mean, I feel like once they brought in the senior citizen in the backfield, you never heard from Jonathan Taylor again. But
Yeah.
16 to 46 gave you 1 touchdown on the ground. It's 2.9 average. Like, I don't know if the offense is just completely disintegrated now that Philip Rivers there, or it just seems like Jonathan Taylor has not been the same the last couple weeks.
Just a couple of
It
months.
seemed like, yeah, he seemed like a runaway for Offensive Player of the Year. Now, yeah, he's not good. He's still got good numbers, but I mean, we were talking about what, 2K? He's got 17 touchdowns still
Yeah,
somehow.
I remember us like gassing him up, saying he could beat Saquon's, um, season last year, and I mean, you were saying he was the greatest storming of Normandy or whatever back when he played in Germany that
That's
one
true.
game.
I
But
do
yeah,
recall
it's
that.
I think it's an indication though of the team as a whole, because they've really just fallen apart. I mean, like you said, they did play like a cupcake schedule for a while, and then I guess the actual competitors caught up to them. But
I mean,
even
yeah, the
still,
last
like
five games.
that line was bullying people, and then all of a sudden they're like you said, what was it, 2.9 yards per attempt? Like that's
I mean, yeah,
terrible.
the last five games, the Chiefs, Texans, Jaguars, Seahawks, and Niners. There's
Those
never
are
been.
all really good defenses.
Yeah. But I mean, even like he's got 17 touchdowns on the year, but only two of them in the last five games.
Hmm.
Like it's the last five games have really cooled him down. He hasn't gone over 100 yards in the last five games, and he only has two touchdowns.
Yeah, that's bad.
Tough one. So Jonathan Taylor unfortunately continues to slide and finds himself at number one dud.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like to be a Colts fan, like you had the Daniel Jones resurrection story and Jonathan Taylor on the chase for 2K yards, and then it just fell apart. And now
Did
now you're
completely.
left with 7% or 2% playoff hopes.
Oh well. Moving on to the studs, the good ones, the good times. I know that you are a ball buster and someone that's going to be very difficult, which is fair. But I'm going to stand on my business on this one because I don't care that there was no Patrick Mahomes. I don't care there was no Gardner Minshew. I
Hmm.
don't care that someone I had never heard of, Chris Oldacun, was the starting quarterback. Because you know what? The number one overall pick on the worst team in the league this year and last went and just knocked off the Dynasty Chiefs. Granted, they weren't the same Chiefs, but this defense, man, it was still Spagnuolo. It was still Chris Jones. It was still Trent McDuffie. It's not the same team, but that defense isn't the problem. Um, but Cam Ward went and scored 26 points, 21 to 28, two tutties, very efficient. But more impressive, like the dude's rookie, he's going through a rough season. He went and just knocked off the dynasty. Granted, Patrick Mahomes wasn't there, but I got to give credit to him. I know how you are. You're stickler about, big numbers and you're a tough guy to please, but move past it. This is a good impression, a big win.
I like it. It's kind of like the one you had last week. You had the Bears edge rusher. You didn't you had 2 sacks, 4 QB hits, but you more of the impact you were giving him for the stud. So I like it. I like it.
Appreciate that. That's two Titans in 3 weeks. Crazy.
Yeah, that's not right.
I did that did pop in my head. I was like, is this too many Titans?
Hey, they've been playing well. Give them, they've been feisty. I give them credit.
So my first stud was a 3-win team. My second stud is a 5-win team. Trying to keep it, we're giving a little spin. We're going with the bottom
Oh,
feeders.
You're in the Christmas
So
spirit. I see. The giving
exactly.
spirit.
Going with a guy who we have not heard of much of at all in the
Hmm.
last like 3 seasons, it feels like. He had a fun rookie year, and then I don't think we've ever heard from him again. Between injuries and just the just malpractice of his career that the Saints were doing to him. But Chris Olave went out there for 10 receptions, 148, and two touchdowns. I know it's the Jets, but you got to win every Sunday. Tyler Shuck looks like he might be a real deal. Maybe the Saints have a quarterback. Maybe we'll remember Chris Olave. I don't see Alvin Kamara anywhere on this box score. Is he even with the Saints? I
He's been
don't
hurt
know.
all year.
Maybe, yeah. That's how you know what the Saints are. I don't even know if Alvin Kamara is even with them anymore, or hurt, or healthy.
Hmm.
But if he ever does come back, Chris Olave could be a big impact there with Tyler Shuck and Alvin Kamara because he's my second stud this week.
Olave is like top 6 or 7 in receiving yards. I'm pretty sure.
Is he?
I think so. Let me double check. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's been playing pretty well.
that's the thing with the Saints though. Like I feel like the Saints have been just so like
All right, a little
like
off. He's eighth.
no one gives a crap about the Saints. No one has cared about the Saints. They're never that bad. They're never that good. Like for all the years the Saints have been terrible, what's the highest draft pick they've had? Like they're not drafting one or two. We all pretty much had them in permanent marker at number one this year.
Yeah. Chris Olave, 92 catches, 1,044 yards, 8 touchdowns.
It's not bad. Good
Not
year.
bad at all.
All right, moving on to our number one stud. Um, I mean, just went and cooked on Monday Night Football. It doesn't really get much better. Like this was a like remind me of the debate kind of Brock Purdy because everyone kind of never wants to say that Brock Purdy's good. And then he has one of these games like, oh, maybe he is good. And then you're like, no, he's not. But 25 and 34, five tutties, give him 300 yards in the air. He looked good. Colts defense is either really bad or Brock Purdy just carved him up like a Christmas turkey.
Hmm.
But they could not stop him at all. He was wheeling, dealing. Everyone looked good. Everyone was getting some. You had seven to Kittle, five to Jennings, six to McCaffrey, three to Bourne. Robinson had two and a tutty. Spread the ball real well. I mean, he just was cutting up the Colts defense and had no problem doing it. So, Mr. Brock Purdy, I feel like he's been quiet. I know he's missed most of the season, but he's been kind of quiet. He's number one stud on the list.
No, I don't hate your list. I do I do want to
Up here we
question.
go. Cam Ward only he beat the backup. Like,
No, 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 no. So maybe this is your own personal rule of not having players on back-to-back weeks, but Puka had 225 yards on 12
buddy, he
catches.
lost. He lost.
So,
How are you gonna be on the stud list if you lose?
well, you hear it here
Can't be on
first,
the dud
folks.
list. You can't be on the dud list if you win. You can't be on the stud list if you lose.
All right, fair enough.
I just like you think I'm gonna water down my milestone achievement. Like, could you imagine Puka at his locker room finally gets the big notification like, oh, yo, you made number one stud. Like, that's a big accomplishment. And he's just gonna be like, well, we lost. I know this is huge. It really pains me that I'm getting this notice now after a bone crushing loss. I don't want to do that.
Okay, well, looking at your list, if the Rams would have won, where does he go?
Number one.
Okay, fair enough.
He was number one last week.
All right. We weren't able to. We haven't done this actually in a little bit. Our power rankings. We've
Hmm.
been kind of neglecting them, but I think because it's been so long, we should revisit them. We haven't done them since week 8. Just for funsies. Week 8, we had the Colts at number 1.
Nice.
The Lions were at 2. The Chiefs were at 3.
Wow.
Bills, Eagles, Bucks, Rams, Packers, Patriots, 49ers. Wow. That top 3 is now not in the playoffs and probably not even top 15. It's kind of crazy.
Life comes
I
at you fast.
think starting off, I think the
Gotta be
I
Seattle.
guess the Seahawks have to be number 1,
Seattle Rams,
and then an AFC team. I think. I guess the
Patriots.
Patriots out of default. Jags, Broncos,
Yeah.
Jags 4, Broncos 5.
Then I would say it's a combination of the Packers and Niners. Personally, I think the Packers are better, but I think the Niners probably deserve the spot better.
Niners, Packers over the Eagles.
Actually, probably have to do the Bears.
I would say Niners,
Yeah, but the Bears
Eagles.
just beat the Packers.
I would put Eagles in just because defending champs, they know how to win in the postseason.
Well, we're week 5. Don't give me no defending champs nonsense. Week 15. I would do Niners, Bears, Packers, Eagles.
No, I don't think we beat the Packers,
Many moons ago.
and I think we beat them again. I don't think they're that good. All right, Niners, Bears, Eagles, Packers. I'm fine with
Okay.
that. And then who's 10? Who do we have left? Chargers?
Texans.
I think the Chargers are
Texans
better.
defense is legit.
They almost lost to the Raiders.
Oh, it almost doesn't matter. Who cares? They won.
You want Texans over Chargers?
Oh, without a doubt.
The Chargers have like 2 more wins.
It's good to know. Texans.
Okay. So that's our top 10: Seattle, LA Rams, New England, Jacksonville, Denver, San Fran, Chicago, Philly, Green Bay, Houston. Now going into our game picks. So we all had some good weeks. We had Patterson doing the guest picks this past week. He went, let's see, one, two, He went 10-6. I went 11-5, and I think you also went 11-5.
Kamiko.
Yes. So, the guest picks have a 1 game lead on me. You're 10 games behind me, or you're 10 games behind the guest picks. So you got to have like
Comeback
a
season.
flawless 2 weeks here.
Done.
Um, and then for this week, we actually have our good friends, the Yardleys. The Yardley brothers are doing guest picks. They started their own podcast talking about sports and which I guess pretty much anything that comes to their mind. It's called the Going Yard podcast. So definitely check out
It
those
is.
guys, friends of the show. Um, so starting off, boy, let me tell you too, these Christmas games are terrible. Like
I know it's such a shame.
they're so bad.
I thought, yeah, but the Cowboys usually can be fun and entertaining in the right situation. Like, I don't know. Marcus Mariota has to play. Like, I can't see a Josh Johnson Cowboys game. Like, I just want it to be exciting. Who's the, oh God, we have like the third string Chiefs quarterback versus who is the Texans?
Broncos.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Oh God. I actually feel bad for that guy. Olaquan, or if he's starting, like, could you imagine your first start in the NFL, in the NFL? You're going to do it on Christmas Day, national TV for the whole world to see, and you're going to get smoked by one of the best defenses in the NFL. Okay. And you know what this is? I'm going to say it now. This is a get right game for the Broncos. They are going to destroy this guy. I feel so bad for him. They are going to ruin him on national TV.
Watch
Christmas.
watch him pop off, and then the Chiefs have a quarterback controversy. That'd be
I
funny.
like I feel bad for the guy. This is you can't just be like no hum, like, oh, let me have my first NFL game of the year, like, Shador and Dylan Gabriel and Brady Cook did. They played a meaningless game when they were already limited for the playoffs in a game no one cared about and no one watched. This poor guy's gonna have to be watched by the entire world.
Not only that, he was the third string emergency quarterback, backing up Pat Mahomes. He probably thought, I'm never touching this field. Now his first game as a starter, he's going against arguably the best defense in the NFL in the Broncos.
For the whole world to see on
Oh
Christmas Day.
man, on Christmas Day, what a present! What a present!
I
But
hope he does well.
yeah, so we skipped. That's the 8:15 Eastern time game on Christmas Day. Uh, you're taking the Broncos. I'm taking the Broncos. The Yardleys are also taking the Broncos. The 1 o'clock game on Christmas is Cowboys Commanders. Cowboys still have
Mm.
a lot of firepower on offense, and the Commanders looked pretty ass. So I'll take Dallas.
I'm going to take Dallas and I'm going to parlay it with either George Pickens going over 150 yards or George Pickens throwing a tantrum with two personal fouls.
George Pickens plus minus three punches. Um, yeah, I'm taking Cowboys. You're taking Cowboys. Alex and
This is the
Jake.
game he either locks up his big mega extension or the game where he gets fined by the NFL. One of the two will
Does
happen.
does Dallas pay him at the end of the year?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That is the most Jerry signing in the world.
Yeah. They're gonna become the Bengals where they just have all these weapons on offense and no defense. Um, they're all taking Dallas, and then Lions, Vikings. Jake and Alex are taking the Lions, which I will also
Yeah,
be taking.
this is a must
Just
win against a bad team.
yeah,
Is it
like
Matt Braum, I think, is playing? Oh God.
yeah, yeah, Mr. Nine McCarthy, just
So we
glass made out
have
of glass.
Josh Johnson, emergency quarterback for the Chiefs, Max Braum. Jeez.
All right,
Jared Goff's
everybody.
gonna look like Dan Marino.
Looks like we're watching the NBA on Christmas Day.
Yeah. The NFL gave it a good run.
Then we got two Saturday games. Texans at the Chargers. Now we're into the meat and potatoes here.
This is
Um,
perfect. We were just talking about this. I'm
yeah.
taking the Texans. I think Justin Herbert is endangered for his life. That offensive line against that defensive front, he's in trouble.
The Yardleys are taking Houston. I'm gonna take the Chargers just because I was saying earlier, I think this is a year they finally make a little bit of noise in the playoffs. So I'll stick with that. I mean, I'm not. I haven't been like overly impressed by them. Like at times they're good, at times they look like ass. Like they didn't look great against the Eagles, but they found a way to win. So, but we'll see. I'll pick the Chargers for that. And then 8 o'clock game, Ravens at the Packers. I don't know if Lamar's going to play, but Ravens season's on the line. But Packers season is also on the line. Don't know if Jordan Love is going to play. I trust Malik Willis more than I trust Snoop Huntley, so I'll take the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, I've been just talking about how I'm still I think the Packers are a legit team. I think their defense is good. They they look like they can win with Malik Willis. The Ravens all season have looked lost without Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. The Yarleys are also taking a Green Bay. Then we got Sunday action. Bucks at the Dolphins. I mean, we were just talking about the Dolphins 3 weeks ago. It was like, oh, they could possibly scare a playoff team. No, they went back to being horrible. So I'll take Tampa, even though they also look bad. But
Ooh,
you're really
I
pondering
really
this.
want
Huh?
I
Quinn
really want
Ewers.
to. Yeah, it's Quinn Ewers. Man, there's a murderer's row of quarterbacks this week.
A lot of injuries, man.
Tampa will win this because they'll everything's riding on that last matchup. Quinn Ewers is not there. He's not there to play spoiler yet.
No. Yarleys are also taking Tampa. Patriots at the Jets. Yarleys are taking New England. I will also take New England. Not really a conversation here.
Yeah.
Um, Steelers at the Browns. I
Oh,
guess.
what? Nothing. Everything is right in the cosmos when you factor in the Steelers are going to crush the Browns and the Patriots are going to crush the Jets. It's like every year for the last 20 years, you could have said that, and it would have always been true.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's, Browns have a lot of injuries now. Steelers kind of need to win. And
I don't think there's ever been a point since me and you have been, well, we'll say since 2000, that the following statement, the Steelers are going to crush the Browns and the Patriots are going to crush the Jets, have not been like true.
yeah. Yeah.
So there, we got that for another year.
Yeah. So yeah, we're all taking Pittsburgh here. Jags at the Colts. This could have been an exciting game, but Colts are kind of cooked at this point. So I'll take Jacksonville. Yarleys are taking Jacksonville. Tim is taking.
Yeah, yeah. Philip Rivers' shoulder's got to be hurting a lot.
Oh, he's definitely like in an ice bath for a week.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna fall eventually.
Yeah. Um, ooh, here's a fun one. Saints at the Titans. Some scrappy teams though.
Hey, shuck you. I'm on board.
Okay. Just no need for that. Um, I'll take the Saints as well. The Yarleys are also taking New Orleans. Seahawks at the Panthers. Oof. I,
Oh,
mm, does Carolina have any home field advantage? It sounded
yeah, I
kind of
think
rocking against Tampa.
yeah.
I could see the
Oh,
I could see the Panthers upsetting Seattle here. Like high off a huge win in overtime over the Rams to just
yeah.
falter against a Panthers team that needs a win.
You know what? The Panthers did it to LA. I'll roll the dice. I think they do it to Seattle. This is going to be the game where Sam Darnold shows his Sam Darnoldness. He got away with it against the Rams game because he came out and won, but man, he started to turn into a pumpkin. I think this is the game where it really starts hopping and popping out. I think the Panthers win.
Yeah, I don't I don't think I have many differences with the guest picks so far, and if I want to take the lead here, I kind of have to
Yeah,
differentiate.
okay,
So
okay, your own upset. Get off mine.
I was thinking I just set you up with the monologue and then you just took it and ran with it. I'm taking yeah, fuck it. I'm taking the Panthers too. Yarleys are taking Seattle. If it
Yeah.
was in Seattle, I would take Seahawks, but um Cardinals at the Bengals. Pick your poison, I guess. I'll take Cincinnati.
I think Joe Burrow gives us another huge offensive performance in a game that doesn't matter.
Yarley's taking Cincy. Giants at the Raiders. Yarleys are taking the Raiders. I'll take the Giants. Why not?
I have to think that this locks up first round pick.
This is
First
a
overall.
battle for the first, yeah, battle for number one overall.
I'll take the Giants. They
Okay.
they show a little more. spring.
Eagles at the Bills, 425. Go Birds.
I'm gonna obviously pick the Eagles, but if I was a non-biased person, I would take the Bills, but go Birds.
Yeah, Yarley's for taking the Eagles as well. Bears at the 49ers. Yarley's for taking the 49ers. I have not seen enough from the Bears that they're convincing me to pick them, so I'll take San Fran too.
Wow, I thought this would be a trap. I thought you guys would go the other way. I was thinking the Niners as well.
Hmm. And then Monday night, Rams at the Falcons. Rams are going to put
Oh,
up 70 points on them.
you know what that smells like? A get right
Get
game.
right game. All right, and we're all in LA. So that's our wrap on the final week, or week 17. One more week after this. Good luck to everyone in fantasy. Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas if you celebrate. And of course, go Birds.
Peace.
Peace.